Kathy Allen with Oklahoma 4-H. I'm glad to be back in the kitchen with you today. We're going to be preparing overnight oats, a very versatile recipe that you can customize to make it your favorite. If you've been watching several of my videos, you know that I love to prepare things that you can customize for your favorites in your kitchen. So overnight oats is one of those recipes. The days are just so beautiful here. The temperatures are getting warmer. It's staying daylight out longer. But my family, we love this. We're seeing little bits of green, flowers just beginning to pop up. But what I find is we get in later and later each evening. So maybe we're going to bed a little bit later. We're scurrying out the door in the mornings, maybe not eating a healthy, proper breakfast. And so I thought this is a prime time to prepare overnight oats. You can make it ahead, you can make an entire week's worth, and then simply open your refrigerator door, grab your jar of oats out, and you can head out the door. You can have them on the bus if you pack it in plastic, if that's allowed, or just a really simple nutritional treat for you to have. So let's go over the ingredients. We have, this is quick oats. You can use a variety of oats. You can use old-fashioned oats, quick oats, or even steel cut oats. We have 2 cups of skim low-fat milk, 1 cup of Greek yogurt. Then we're going to be adding, I'm going to be adding maple syrup today. You could also use honey, cinnamon, a little bit of salt, and then we'll talk about other toppings that you can add to your overnight oats. So let's get started with our recipe. The first thing that we're going to do is to add 2 cups of oats into a large bowl. Oats are a great source of fiber. They're important for vitamins and minerals. And as I said, you can use any type of oats that you like. This particular recipe is from Food Fun 4-H at school. The next thing we're going to add is 2 cups of low-fat milk. You can really use any kind of milk. I prefer to use low-fat milk. It just helps to control or reduce the amount of fat in the milk. The milk is an important source of vitamin D. It's high in protein, low fat, and so I have those 2 ingredients in my bowl. The next thing we're going to add is 1 cup of Greek yogurt. I think that Greek yogurt is becoming more and more popular, and people are starting to really embrace it and enjoy having Greek yogurt. For Greek yogurt, actually they have strained the whey out of the yogurt, and that makes it a little bit thicker. Greek yogurt is high in proteins. It contains calcium and important minerals that are needed for our body. I have chosen today to use just plain yogurt, but you could use a vanilla Greek yogurt or another flavor of Greek yogurt. Then we are going to add in our sweetener. And I said that we're going to be using maple syrup. I would really encourage you to experiment with maybe your family only likes 2 tablespoons of maple syrup. I'm gonna start out with 3 today, but you can always alter this. So I have 1. I'll measure out 2. Before we begin any food preparation, it is always important to wash your hands for 20 seconds with soap and warm water. And 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. And again, this is going to be a natural sweetener for our overnight oats. The next thing that we're going to need to do is to add a fourth a teaspoon of cinnamon. And this is just going to provide some flavoring to our overnight oats. So we'll go ahead and add the 4th teaspoon of cinnamon and a 4th teaspoon of salt. I'm gonna pour the salt not over my dish because it's a pretty large container. I don't want to get too much salt into my overnight oats. So that is all the ingredients that we need for overnight oats. Now I'm going to give it a good stir. And if you think about the name overnight oats, you know that we're not going to consume this immediately. We need to allow this to sit at least overnight so that the oats will begin to absorb the liquid, and this is going to thicken up. There are so many varieties. If you like peanut butter, you could stir in a couple of tablespoons of peanut butter or almond butter. If you like blueberries, you could pour in some overnight oats, put a layer of blueberries in, and then add additional oats on top. So really, that's all that we need for our overnight oats recipes. A couple of ways that I like to package up my overnight oats is in this is a glass fruit jar. So if we were gonna take this maybe on the road with us, we might think about using a plastic container. So you can just figure out what you want for your serving size, probably about 1 cup. And we'll pour this in here. I actually like to use a spoon to make sure I get some of the oats in the bottom of my cup. I'm gonna do both of these. And then you can just begin to pour in the extra of the milk and the yogurt. And so I'll go ahead and pour that in. Okay. I'll fill this one up. So I talked about for the overnight oats that you could add fruit actually into the oats and allowing them to sit overnight. However, many people enjoy actually letting their overnight oats sit overnight and then topping it with a banana or maybe some pecans or walnuts. You could use dried fruit, you could use coconut, you could even add a few chocolate chips just for flavor. So now we just need to place these in the refrigerator, let them sit overnight, and you can enjoy these for up to 4 days in your refrigerator. I hope that you have enjoyed this video on overnight oats. Again, this is part of the Food Fun 4-H at School recipes, and you can go online and get all of the recipes that are available. Also, you'll find the recipe on this video. Have a great day, and I look forward to being back in the kitchen with you next time.